1.5. Gary King, running back, comes in.
That's the thing that impresses you about Mark Dace. He looks very cool and calm out there for a freshman, and he's as smooth as silk. I think that's about the best description of him.
King and Michael Williams out. 3rd and 2. Crucial 3rd down for VSC at the Tiger 46. Long count. Option right. Dace is going to keep it. He's got the 1st down and a couple more. Down to the 42. And one of those guys in the secondary, Foster, turned him upside down, but he held on to the football. 1st and 10, Blazers. Perhaps a very, very crucial drive. Time about halfway into the 3rd quarter now. 13-3. VSC has had a touchdown called back. They've lost the ball at the 15 of Livingston on a 3rd down play. Gray and Mason wide left. Michael Williams back in for King in the backfield with Montgomery. Quick count. Pitch. Right side Montgomery. 5, 6, 7, 8. Still on his feet. 30, 29-yard line. 1st down. And somebody's hurt. One of those linemen for VSC comes up with aching knee. You hate to see that. That's Keith Bonnell. That 272-pound right tackle come up holding that right knee.
Keith's been hurt on and off and on all fall, and so has R.D. Swain, the guard, on that spot. And, you just hate to see any of the offensive linemen go down because they are the big part of how your offense comes and goes.
Brian Banks comes in to replace him. Spot right. Mark Dace looking at a 4-3, almost a 4-4. And we get a flag. Everything is brought to a screeching halt as Dace for 25.1 seconds.
Just a thought here, Joe. This is a good spot for Dace to come into this ball game. Hunter is, for all of Doug's abilities, he is not the option quarterback that Dace is. Dace ran this type of veer in high school down in Lake City, and he's very comfortable with it, and he's a much better runner than Hunter, and Livingston's going to have to make some adjustment to that.
All right, 2 men wide left in Mason, and I believe that's Cody. Quick count. Misdirection play now, rolling left to throw. Got time. He puts it up for grabs over the middle. It'll be intercepted at the 5. Poorly thrown ball. Probably shouldn't have thrown it at all. Mike Foster went up in front of Mason. Mason had the defensive back beat. He could have gone on into the end zone, but it just wasn't thrown deep enough. And another key turnover deep in Livingston territory.
5 turnovers for Valdosta State tonight. 3 fumbles and 1 interception each by Doug Hunter and Mark Dace.
And they had 7 last week against Troy. And then Troy's defense had something to do with that. Power eye backfield. Jenkins to full. Trulove to tail. Slot right. They give off to Trulove on the corner. Met by Harrison. Stood up at the 5, maybe the 6-yard line, or Francis rather. Nowhere to go.
There's that little Jimmy Francis again. He'll give you a lick. Talking to Valdosta High defensive coordinator Jack Rudolph about Jimmy not long ago, and he's real impressed with Jimmy. He, of course, was a standout at Thomasville. He was Region 1 Quad Ace defensive player of the year as a senior. And when Coach Rudolph recognizes somebody like that, he certainly has to be somebody special.
No gain. 2nd down and 10 from the 5. The nasty bunch needs to hold them right here. Same formation. Pitch coming right. Trulove. They're trying to string him out. They'll do it. Massey runs him down at the 7-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8. Will Frank North gamble and have his pro prospect quarterback put it up here? And remember that fullback Jenkins, a couple of times tonight, he's ripped them for more than 10 or 11 yards on that right side. 6:29, 3rd quarter, 13-3 Livingston. The Blazers have coughed it up 5 times, 3 times deep in Livingston territory. And right now, Livingston with the ball at their own 7-yard line. Slot left, single setback, 2 receivers. VSC has 8-9 men up close. And he is going to throw. He's dropping back to throw. Deep over the middle, overthrows everyone. 4th down.
Poorly thrown ball by Stevenson again. He has not helped his professional prospects' chances tonight. He is 7 of 21 right now, still for 77 yards. He is 0 for 4 in the second half.
A little confusion here. VSC may have to, yes, use a timeout. There's about 12, 13, 14 VSC players out there. Somebody might have lost track of a down or something. They'll take timeout too. 6:04 to go third quarter. Livingston 13, Valdosta State 3. Back in 30 seconds, Blazer Football Network.
Isuzu Valdosta, the Truck Busters.
Truck Busters.
Busting the competition wide open, scaring them off with the best truck buy on the market today. Nobody matches an Isuzu truck deal. You get quality, variety, and price. All expertly designed to offer you more truck for less money. Short beds, long beds, 4x4s, diesel, gas models. At the Truck Busters, Isuzu Valdosta.
Truck Busters.
Isuzu Valdosta, 1012 North Ashley, Valdosta.
Back at Cleveland Field, Joe Williams, Bill Ryan, Blazer Football. VSC 3-2. Livingston 3-1. The Tigers leading 13-3. And it's a tribute to the VSC defense. They have played exceptionally well again. Good coverage. There was man-on-man coverage on the part of Dallas Smith and Quentin Reed on that last crossing pattern over the middle. And I don't think the ball was catchable. VSC is going to rush 10. Here they come after McCulley. They blocked it in the end zone. It's blocked. Touchdown!
It's got to be Kenny Jennings, Joe, that fell on the ball on the back of the end zone. And I tell you, that was a tremendous rush by the Blazer defense. They had rushed everybody but Derek Harris. And a good heads-up play by Jennings. The ball nearly rolled out the back of the end zone, which would have only been a safety. And remember the Jacksonville State game when they blocked a punt and it rolled out back of the end zone. That safety came back to haunt them. But big break for the Blazers, and this place has really come alive.
Hunter holds it. Moore puts it up. It lands in Williams Street. It's 13-10, 5:58 to go third quarter. A new ball game at Cleveland Field. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Blazer Football Network.
Most banks offer the same financial services. The difference is how these services are delivered. At Park Avenue Bank, they give each of their customers personal attention, and you always get friendly, helpful service, whatever your banking needs. Park Avenue Bank is Valdosta's only locally owned bank. It's dedicated to Valdosta and the people of this area. At Park Avenue Bank, the primary goal is meeting banking needs of the people right here at home and promoting our local prosperity. They put you first at Park Avenue Bank.
All right, the Blazers having remarkable success when they rushed 10 to block a punt this year. And they've just done it again, and they get 7 points out of it. No wonder McCulley doesn't come up with a severe broken leg or groin pull. There were 3 or 4 men literally completely, totally covering it. You couldn't even see McCulley any longer.
He didn't have a chance.
Wilbur Williams, not Wilbur Williams, correction.
Wrong team.
George Washington. 2,947. Standing deep, Moore puts it up. He's back into the end zone. He'll take it 1 yard deep and bring it out. Got some room to run. 20, 24, and dropped there. Good play by Quentin Reed. Reed will have to be the VSC defensive player of the night unless he just completely does a turnaround and just really falls down on the job between now and the end of this ball game. He must be the leading tackler, surely.
Well, he's gotten a lot more playing time recently. He is one of the players that gives the secondary some depth, one of the few places on the team that has a little bit of depth.
Transfer from Florida State, setback, single setback, front right, handoff. So a new fullback, they drag him down. He had nowhere to go. Good tackle from behind by Dan Strickland. Nose guard playing for Bowler. And here comes Jay Walls. Acts like he might be shaken up a little bit. We don't need that either. Here's Robert Renfro going in for him.
Well, we definitely don't need to see that. We've talked about this many times that if there were enough injuries on the defensive line, they would literally have to switch defenses.
Second down, 10. Split backfield, receivers left and right. Rolling left to throw. Stevenson wants to run it. And they'll knock him down at the 28-yard line. Lenny Parker, Mark Lawson. He picked up about 4.5. Make it 3rd and 5 from their own 29.
See, I'd rather see Larry Stevenson run the ball than throw the ball. And when you can make him scramble out of the pocket, you've done something successful.
He's not a slow quarterback by any means. And at 6'4", still not slow. 2 men wide right, single set back. Blazers spread those linemen out wide. Dropping back to throw. Looking, got time. They sack him. Dan Strickland, what a game he's playing.
Well, he's been under the gun. They were replacing the great Nelson Bolauer, and VSC is a fired-up team right now, riding the momentum of that block punt. And I wonder if they'll go after this one.
Back to the original line of scrimmage, the 24-yard line. Yes, they're putting 10 men on the line, or at least they'll make him think they're coming after him. Let's see if they set up a return. McCulley standing at his own 10. Well, they rush about 6, and he gets off a pretty fair kick. Francis at his own 35, looking for a hole. 40, and finally brought down. But still, excellent field position for the VSC offense at their own 40-yard line. Down now only by 3. It's 13-3 Livingston, 3:58 to go, third quarter. And we've got us a good football game now.
Well, you know, this is where those blown chances could come into play, though, earlier. VSC would be really sitting pretty if they'd been able to cash in, but there's still a lot of time to go, almost 4 minutes of the third quarter and the whole fourth quarter, and momentum seems to be on the Blazers' side, so, you know, a lot of things could happen between now and the end of the game.
Gray and Cody out to the right. King and Montgomery behind Mark Dace. Rolling right. They've got him covered. He turned it up and slipped through. He got 5, 6, 7, 8. Up to midfield. Still on his feet. Mark Dace finally brought down at midfield. Looked like someone for a moment yanked him around the helmet, but no flag. Close to a first down. Yes, they give him the first down by a half a football. Just shy of midfield.
Dace has put some more spark into the Blazer offense, which was struggling at the early part of the second half. He's carried the ball 3 times for 19 yards.
That's Mason and Gray going wide left. Gary King stays in with Clifton Montgomery. Livingston back to their basic 5-2. They went to a 4-3 for a while. Fading back and looking. Left side, wants to throw. That one not very well thrown and almost picked off on the corner by Kiner, who had position on Kevin Gray. And that's what you call a freshman mistake.
Well, both VSC quarterbacks have had trouble completing passes tonight. Dace and Hunter combined have only been able to complete 5 out of 19. But you got to give that Livingston secondary some credit. They've batted 3 or 4 passes away and have come up with a couple of interceptions. And we thought they were suspect, but they have played themselves a whale of a football game.
An interception there, and he goes 55 yards for a TD. Second down 10. Again, 2 men wide left. Dace wants to keep it. Turn it in at right guard. He'll pick up 2 down to the Livingston 49. It'll bring up third and long. Another crucial third down situation for VSC. And there have been a number of those tonight.
Well, it seems like every possession of the second half has been that, especially when you consider, you know, the amount of yards that were gained in the first half without really getting anything into the end zone.
Here we go. Michael Williams back in with Montgomery in the backfield. Mason wide right, goes in motion left. Dace looking at a 4-2, 4-3. He's rolling left. Under pressure, they're coming after him. Dace dropped the football. Livingston's on it at the VSC 44. Danny Little, the right end, chased him down, and he just dropped the football as somebody was reaching at his feet.
That's the 4th Blazer fumble of the night. Throw in 2 interceptions, and we have 6 turnovers, and they could prove to be costly.
Well, here it is, 13-10, 2:32 to go, third quarter. Livingston setting up shop at the VSC 44. High backfield. There's all everything. Andrew Fields out wide left. Coggins out to the right. VSC in a 7-man front. Handoff left side. Right through it goes the tailback Trulove down to the VSC 30, 29-yard line.
Big hole over left
What a
guard.
gap.
He really blew through there. Trulove having himself quite a night. He's got 63 yards on 10 carries.
Just like that, VSC finds themselves backed up deep in their own end again. Here comes Livingston again, the high backfield. Same formation. VSC won't go to a 7-man line this time, though. Trulove left on the corner, got room, 25, 20, out of bounds at the 18. Blocking schemes slowed the Blazers up on that end, and he was finally run out by Derek Harris.
Livingston taking advantage of the manner in which the VSC cornerbacks are playing Andrew Field. Whatever side he lines up, they're playing a good 10, 15 yards off of him, and when they get a man to the corner, you know, the cornerback's responsible for getting to the running back, and they got some good yardage that time.
All right, he lines up on the right side this time. Power I. 2 plays from the line of scrimmage, 2 first downs on this series. Long count. Pitch, right side, looking for the middle. Tulov is going to be stopped by Parker. Holding on as Tulov falls forward to the 15. He'll pick up 4, 3.5. Clock running, 1:54 third quarter. Valdosta State down by 3. A blocked punt in the end zone a moment ago. The second time this year they've done that. Second down, 6. Split backfield this time. Unbalanced line. And Fields is on the left side. Under pressure, screen pattern. Left side, Tulov's got it. 15, one man missed him, down to the 10. Finally went out of bounds at the VSC 8-yard line. And that should be just enough for a first down. Yes, it is. First and goal, Livingston at the Blazer 8. They've run 4 plays from scrimmage. Beginning at the Blazer 42, was it?
It was a 43, and they're already down to the 8.
Andrew Fields on the short side to the left. Coggins way out wide right. VSC back into that 6-man, 7-man front. Power I backfield. And they hand off to the tail, Tulov. Left tackle. They knock him down at the 6. Good play there by Dan Strickland. Strickland again doing the job. 55 seconds, third quarter. The Nasty Bunch. They know now it is extremely important to keep Livingston out of the end zone. Force them to take a field goal or go for the field goal. Second and goal from the 6. Split backfield. Fields on the left. Backup tight end is out wide right. Rolling right. Looking. Stevenson's in trouble. They've got him back at the 16-yard line. Smitty Parker.
Oh, the Nasty Bunch had to come up with a big play, and Parker just blew right through there, and he was a too much man for Larry Stevenson to overcome.
What a play when they needed it most. What a play. 11 seconds, 10 seconds, 9, third quarter. I don't think we'll have another play in this quarter. No, we won't. That's it. Third quarter from Cleveland Field. Livingston 13, Valdosta State 10. Back in 30 seconds. Blazer Football Network.
Don't get down in the dumps this winter fretting over that old inefficient heating system. Call Scruggs Heating and Air at 242-6350. Scruggs Heating and Air is a participating dealer in Georgia Power's Good Sense Heating and Cooling program and is interested in checking that old inefficient system and replacing it with a reliable, high-efficient heat pump. So call Scruggs Heating and Air today and quit fretting over that old worn-out system. That's Scruggs Heating and Air, 242-6350.
Well, we wind the clock back around to 15 minutes. And if Valdosta State, Bill, wins this football game, the entire offense ought to take this defense out for a steak dinner.
Boy, I know they sure. You're absolutely right about that.
You're about quarterbacks taking their offensive line out for a steak dinner when they have a good game or they win. Boy, this VSC Nasty Bunch is something else. They have been put to the test time and again by one of the best offenses in the Gulf South Conference in the country. Literally one of the best in the country, averaging nearly 400 yards a game total offense.
Well, the Blazer defense is certainly playing with a lot more intensity than they did last week against Troy State, where they were completely off balance all night long. And big play coming up here for the Nasty Bunch, however.
Third and goal from the 16. Single setback, slot right, rolling right, looking. Down and out, got his man and popped at the 9-yard line. Nice play by Timmy Massey. It'll bring up fourth and goal from the 14. Did I say 9-yard line just then?
I think it is the 14.
Okay, it's the 14.
Which will make for about a 31-yard field goal attempt by Lomax, but he's kicked him from 42 and 45 tonight, so that's definitely well within his range.
The tee on the near side hash mark, the right angle. From the 22, it's a 32-yard attempt. It's put down, it's put up, and it's good. 14:20 to go. The VSC Nasty Bunch did what they had to do under the circumstances, held Livingston to a field goal. 16-10, Tigers. Back in 30 seconds, Blazer Football Network.
If America ever had an official taste, it might very well be the taste of Coca-Cola. And now there's a new way to enjoy that great cola taste with new caffeine-free Coke. The can is gold, the taste from Coke. Judge it against any caffeine-free cola. Judge it on big taste, deep refreshment, everything you want from your cola. Coke or new caffeine-free Coke. Either way, you'll say, Coke is it.
Joe Williams, Bill Ryan, Cleveland Field, 14 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Valdosta State, a touchdown and a point after, perhaps, from winning the football game. Fasten your seatbelts. A lot of wild and wacko things can happen in a quarter of football when the game's on the line.
Well, the last time the two teams here met at Cleveland Field, the Blazers pulled it out in the final minute of the game. And
with a two-point conversion, 22-21. Lomax puts his foot into it. Harris will let this one sail deep. And no, he decides to down it, to take a moment to make up his mind. Good thing he elected to just put the knee down in the end zone.
I know the coaches watching him on the VSC sideline were must
This
have
entire side of the stadium held their breath for a moment.
aged a few years while Harris hesitated back there, but he's certainly an able return man, capable of breaking the game open at any moment.
Coach Goodman loosens that tie much more. The knot's going to be around his belt buckle. Split backfield. Slot right. Kevin Gray wide left. Mark Dace, your quarterback. And here comes that slot man, Cody, in motion to the left. Counterplay inside. Got 2, maybe 3 yards over the middle. That was Michael Williams. There's Leon Carlisle again. And he had help in the middle of the line. There's Glenn Johnson. And a new face on the defensive front, James Horton, 230-pound sophomore out of Daleville, Mississippi. Seen spotted playing time throughout the night. Kevin Gray wide to the right. Here's Mason on the left. Livingston shifts into a 4-3. Misdirection play. Dace turns it up the right side. Maybe a broken play. He got 4 or 5 yards out to the 28-yard line. He spun around in the backfield, and there was not anyone close enough for a handoff, and he turned it around the right tackle, the tight end side, and picked up some pretty fair yardage. 3rd and a short 2.
Dace has that knack for finding the right seam when that corridor he ran through was very small, very shallow, and yet he got 5 yards out of it, making it a 3rd and about 2 for the Blazers. Another big play coming up.
Blazers need a touchdown and a point after to take the lead. Dace looking at a 6-2. And those linebackers, defensive back, creeping closer and closer. Dace is going straight ahead. They'll stop him 1 yard short at the 29. That was Carlisle that knocked the center off the ball. And there was nowhere for Dace to go.
Oh, we need another good punt from Terry Mallory, and the Nasty Bunch will be called upon once more to hold off Larry Stevenson and that high-powered Livingston offense.
Perhaps force a turnover. 12:34, clock running, 4th quarter. 16-10 Livingston. Mallory to stand at his own 15-yard line. Little or no wind. There's Andrew Fields at his own 32. They try to set up the return. This one's a mile up, not too deep. Fair catch, 33-yard line. A flag? Yeah, a flag.
They're going to say that the Blazers didn't get Fields enough room to catch the ball, but I believe you're going to get a big protest from the Valdosta State sideline.
They're saying they didn't give him that imaginary 2 yards of room to catch the football. The punt was so high, the kick coverage team was down there long before the ball was. 5 yards stepped off against VSC. And so Livingston goes on offense 1st and 10 from their own 38.
Well, that was a marginal call, but it's only a 5-yard penalty, and hopefully it won't hurt the Blazers too badly.
Stevenson has an eye backfield. Blazers in a 4-3. Going into a deep zone coverage. Handoff left side, looking for a hole. There's Trulove, jumps in there for 4 or 5 yards out to the 44. Running behind his left tackle, his left guard. 240-pound Brooks 228-pound Richards, the guard. So both of those guys have size. Good size on this offensive line there, including the tight end and the split end, Andrew Fields, and the flanker. All of them are over 6'1".
And, of course, Tony Truelove also always plays well against the Blazers. He scored 2 touchdowns in last year's game. He's got 83 yards so far tonight.
Slot left, single setback. Stevenson second down, a long 4. Blazers in a 5-3. Hand off, they jam him up in the backfield for a loss. Jenkins got nowhere. Back to the 41-yard line. Lenny Parker came right up the chute and dropped him for about a 2-yard loss. Third, and call it 6. Big defensive play again by the Nasty Bunch.
Well, it's a possession down here, and Livingston would love nothing better than to hold on to that football and grind some of that 11 minutes and 13 seconds is left in the game away.
If BSC holds them here and they have to punt, do you think they'll come after him and try the block again? Has interesting possibilities. Moving around in the backfield now into a slot. Rolling left. Stevenson pitch. Jenkins on the corner. They jam him up and run him out of bounds at the 44. Quentin Reed, Lenny Parker wouldn't let him turn the corner. Jimmy Francis. It's 4th and 4. He only got back the 2 that he lost on the preceding play.
They got the punt blocking team in again. All those defensive backs, Dallas Smith, Vic Crawford, Kenny Jennings are all in there.
There they are, all 10 of them on the line of scrimmage. Harris standing alone at his own 20. McCulley at his 30. Here they come after him. Oh, they hit him, though. Boy, they hit him. And the flags drop. Harris at his own 30 or 26-yard line is covered immediately. Somebody really ran into him, though, went up in his face to try and block it, and came down and just clobbered him.
Dennis
Smith,
I believe, is going to be the guilty culprit that time, but, you know, you live and die by that sort of thing sometimes, and it's going to be a big first down for Livingston.
I heard Auburn had 29, but I didn't hear what Florida State had.
It's either 42 or 32 was the score from Tallahassee. Right. Big game down there between the 9th-ranked Seminoles and the Auburn Tigers, and what apparently is a high-scoring affair.
There is a costly penalty before us now. 15 from the line of scrimmage down to the Blazer 41-yard line. 1st and 10, Livingston. They talk about this game being a game of mistakes, or who makes the fewest. But it may be unfolding before us here. 16-10 Livingston. BSC needs the ball back, a drive, and 7 points. Power eye. BSC puts 5-2 up there, kind of tight. Stevenson a long count. Hand off to Tail. He'll be wrapped up for a loss. Nice play at the 43-yard line. James Gibson also playing nose guard tonight. Had a little help from linebacker Freddie Thomas. Thomas hasn't seen much playing time tonight, but there he is.
He's a good one, the freshman from Albany, Georgia, where he played his high school football at Albany Darty. Originally went to Tennessee, and now he's lined up next to Lenny Parker, giving the Blazers a fine pair of linebackers.
2nd down, 11, slot left, single set back. That's Jenkins the full. Receivers left and right. BSC showing blitz. Quick out pattern. He's got his receiver and just struck down by the ankles at the 34-yard line by Dallas Smith. Little quick out pattern. He hit Derek Hayden. And if it wasn't for Smith's tackle around the ankles, he might have had enough room to go all the way down the sideline. 3rd down and 2.
You know, one more of those little passes, and they will almost be in Andy Lomax's field goal range again.
Slot right. Truelove behind Stevenson. Slot in motion left. Pitch left. He's got a big hole on that corner. Can he get outside? One man hit him and missed him. And he fumbled the football out of bounds down around the 24-yard line. A big break for Livingston. Somebody hit him. Had him thrown at the line of scrimmage. Would have had him down at the line of scrimmage, but he broke the tackle, spun off, and then dropped the ball. It went out of bounds at the 24-yard line. A big Livingston first down.
Quentin Reed had him nailed for only about a 1-yard loss, but Truelove shook him off, and the Tigers are in business now.
Jackson and I again. Hayden left, Field right. Blazers in a rather short zone right now. Pitch right, looking for a hole. Drug down for a loss. Freddie Thomas back at the 26-yard line. Nice play by Thomas to tackle Truelove in the backfield. 2nd down, 12. The crowd here getting behind the Nasty Bunch. Come through once more. if they could stop Livingston here. The field goal attempt would be a 43-yarder. His 42 and his 45-yarders barely cleared the crossbar. Here we go. Slot right, single setback. The Bulls in the setback now. VSC puts 6 up there close, 7. And now jump around and pull one away. Stevenson, alley-oop pattern to the corner, just out of the reach of Coggins, over the shoulder. He had his man beaten. Jimmy Francis was behind him about a step and a half.
Almost a big play there by Francis, though. He came very close to pulling Goggins down before he got to the end zone, which would have been a 15-yard penalty against the Blazers. Instead, we've got 3rd and long for Livingston from the VSC 26.
Some of that howling you hear is on the other side of the field. The Blazing Brigade is starting something new over there, the wave. All right, here we go. He has 3 men out to the left, 3 receivers out to the left, and a single back. VSC whistle at the snap. He may have taken 25.1. He did. It'll be 3rd down and 17.
I'm quite sure we'll see Larry Stevenson go to the air again here to give Lomax some kind of better angle or shorter distance to kick a field goal from.
And we're watching the wave across the way. Ball back at the 31-yard line. Now the field goal range becomes very suspect. And remember, that leaves VSC within a touchdown to tie it and a point after to win it. Split backfield. 2 receivers. Here's Stevenson. Blazers in a 3-4. Let's see if they bring anybody in after him. They jump around now into a 4-3, a 4-4. Here comes the blitz. Back to throw. No! Massey at the 39 just nailed him.
Boy, you could see that coming from a mile away. Timmy Massey lining up and just aiming at Larry Stevenson, and he came through there like a freight train and nailed him for about a 9-yard loss.
This defense is incredible. The nasty bunch. The ball back at the 37-yard line. Livingston will have to punt. The VSC is going to play up close. Watch for the fake. He tries to angle for the right sideline. VSC will watch it come down. Livingston trying to down it. Yes, he did. He downed it at the 1-yard line, 2-yard line. The Blazers, 7 minutes, 56 seconds to go, 98 yards to win it. Whew.
That's a big test for the offense, but, you know, they've shown glimmers of hope and promise tonight, and you can't ask the defense to do any more than it's done.
They have been awesome, and they've done that throughout most of the season. They hit hard, they play intelligent football, they've got good athletes, and they're spirited, and they're young. They'll be back. Not the 3 seniors that start for VSC at the beginning of the year. Art Dace. Handoff inside. No, he kept it, and they wouldn't let him go anywhere. In fact, he lost a yard on an option. Good penetration by the right side of the Livingston line. They wouldn't even let him. He started to hand it off to Montgomery, and then just wisely probably held on to the football. He saw that penetration. He ate it. Back to the 1. 2nd down, 11.
The coaches call this area of the field be careful territory, and you don't want to make a mistake here, especially trailing by 6 points with 7.5 minutes left to go in the game, and it's not really ideal operating territory.
VSC moving from our right to left. Ball on the near side. Hash mark back to throw in the end zone. Dace looks out under pressure. Fires one out there. It's complete to Gray at the 8-yard line. Nice catch by Gray, who came back under the linebackers and made a nice play of a ball that was kind of thrown high, but big Kevin Gray got up there, put those hands up there and hung on. That was a big break. It'll break up 3rd down at about 4. Dace had people yanking at him, tied up around his ankles, about ready to go down for a safety.
But like we've seen so many times, the young freshman has a lot of poise and ability and patience for someone, you know, being just a freshman, and he just waited until he had Kevin Gray in his sights and fired it to him.
4-4 defensive front for Livingston. Now they show blitz. It's 3rd down and 5. They're trying to run that draw at the middle. He can't get anywhere. He couldn't get anywhere. And the guys in white are fired up now. Handoff went to either Williams or Montgomery.
Well, it was
Williams.
Michael Williams, and Joe, after a fine first half, which he gained 89 yards, Williams has been held to just 3 yards here in the second half.
There again, VSC knew coming in here that Livingston was only giving up 79 yards a game on the ground. And now Mattery, again, for about the third, fourth time tonight, the fun of his life is needed here. Deep in his end zone. They try to set up a return. He boots one high. Fair catch call for by Fields at the Blazer 43. Not a terribly long kick, but good hang time. And Livingston has good field position. 5:49 to go. The Nasty Bunch will be put to the test again. Perhaps now to try and come up with the football, get the turnover.
Well, you might see them gamble a little bit more here. You might see the blitz come a play or two earlier than normal, and they've got to do something to get the ball back and give this team some spark. The offense is having a lot of trouble right now moving the ball against Livingston.
Stevenson, high backfield, handoff. New back in there has a big hole in the middle, down to the 36-yard line. Ball carrier was Carlton Anderson. He's a senior out of St. Petersburg, 6'1", 175. Second down, call it 3.
Well, they trapped the nose guard there and got 7 yards quickly. A nice hole opened up by the offensive line, and more importantly, that clock is continuing to roll, and things aren't looking up at this point in time.
Second and 4, Stevenson, pitch coming left. That's Carlton again. He's got the first down and more. Down to the 30-yard line. He got 3 more than he needed. First and 10, Tigers. And you can see the emotion on that side of the field now, on that sideline. There are people fired up.
Well, you know, this VSC thing has been a sore spot for Livingston the past 2 years. The newest kid on the block in the Go South has beaten the Tigers 2 years going, and I'm sure they were emotionally up for this game.
First down 10 at the Blazer 29. The Nasty Bunch desperately needing to come up with something here. Again, an high backfield. Left side, there's Anderson. He's got 5, 6 more down to the 24-yard line where Lenny Parker met him. And right now, that offensive line at Livingston really doing the job. And the backs protecting the football, picking up good yardage. Clock running, 4:31, 4:30, 16-10 Livingston. The Blazer offense needs the football. As simple as that. Andrew Field wide left, Hayden wide right. I think Stevenson might have just checked off. He has an high backfield. Delayed to the full. Bounced off one tackler, bounces off 2 tacklers. He's thrown for a loss back to the 32-yard line. Finally brought down by, that's Dallas Smith?
That's who it was. That was Jenkins, the fullback, and he didn't want to go down. He took 2 pretty good shots, shook him off, but still couldn't get back to the line of scrimmage, and we got a 3rd and long for the Tigers here. This is a must-play situation for the Nasty Bunch here.
Again, Lomax may not have this kind of field goal range. Stop Livingston here is of crucial importance. 3rd down, 13, deep drop. Stevenson hit as he throws, looking for Fields on the corner. Not there. The Nasty Bunch is held again. 4th and 13 from the VSC 31-yard line. Decision time for Frank Norris. Lomax is coming in. Lomax is going to put the tee down almost in the middle of the field, about halfway from the hash mark to the mid spot. At the 39, call it a 48-yard attempt. Well, let's see if he has this kind of range to perhaps ice it. 48 yards. He didn't hit it. No, he didn't hit it. It'll barely make the goal line. The Nasty Bunch is held, and the fans get up on their feet to cheer the defense. 3.5 minutes to go, and as a result, pretty fair field position for VSC compared to the last couple of possessions.
This is more than likely going to be about their last shot, Joe. The offense has to do it here. Mark Dace getting last-minute instructions from Bobby Johns. The Blazers 68 yards away from going ahead in this football game.
Remember, it took a 2-point conversion 2 years ago to beat Livingston 22-21 at the end of the game. Kevin Gray wide left, Cody out to the right. Mark Dace looking at a 4-4. And they rush for it. He's got plenty of time. Going Dace, got Cody down there and overthrow him. Cody on that deep slant down the middle had broken loose. ahead of the quarterback about 3 or 4 yards at the VSC 25-yard line, and even at that, the ball was overthrown 5 yards.
He aired it out that time. Dace, of course, having a good, strong arm, but he threw that one a little bit too far. Cody had his defenders beat, and he might have gone all the way if he had caught that one.
Only 6 seconds off the clock on the incompleted pass. Second down, 10. Valdosta State trying to come up with something here. And, of course, a first down of most important. Draw play. And they meet him at the line and hit him. Williams falls forward to the 36. He picked up 2 or 3 on his own after getting hit early. Third down and 6. VSC has not used, yes, they have used one timeout in this half. Confusion on defense a little while ago. They did have to use. Mark Dace yelling for signals. Something's all messed up. They may have to take timeout again. They do. Again, a very crucial timeout taken because of signals or something being confused. Coach Johns and Coach Goodman will go out to talk to the quarterback on the field at this point in time. 3 minutes to go in the half. 16-10 Livingston. Back in 30 seconds, Blazer Football Network.
Truck Busters.
And Isuzu Valdosta, they're the Truck Busters. Why? Because nobody matches Isuzu dollar for dollar. Nobody matches Isuzu on quality, on variety. Many different trucks to choose from. Long beds, short beds, 4x4s. Nobody matches Isuzu on price. Dollar for dollar. Your best buy on a pickup is Isuzu. The Truck Busters. Isuzu Valdosta, 1012 North Ashley.
Joe Williams, Bill Ryan, Cleveland Field, 180 seconds left. If the Blazers are going to get it done, they'll have to cover the distance, 64 yards in that length of time, and do it with one timeout. They've spent 2. And in both cases, some signal confusion or something of that nature between the players and the sideline. I don't know who's responsible for it. It has certainly been costly, or is potentially very, very costly. Well, he's got Gray to the left side, the near side, and that's Cody way out wide right. Crucial third down. Dropping back to throw. They blitz. He's rolling outside. Dumps one over the middle. And incomplete. Gray couldn't hold on to it at the 46-yard line. Coming up behind him like a roaring freight train was Ming Foxer. He probably heard the footsteps. Incomplete. Kevin would probably tell you himself in a minute that he should have hung on to that one. Fourth down, 6. The Blazers will have to kick with 2:55 to go and hope for something big on the other end. There's Fields again, standing at his own 27. Mallory to hit it from his own 25. And he airs this one out pretty good. Fair catch call for it at the 30. Fields. Kevin Gray was standing there watching him catch the ball, and the official dropped the flag on him. We're going to get that interference call again. And Gray turns around and has a few words with the linesman.
Well, he was within the specified amount of yardage in the rule, but he was
he's right below us. Looks okay.
Yeah, he didn't seem to do anything out of the ordinary, but the official was right there, not 3 feet away from him, and threw the flag. But hopefully it won't, again, play too much into the situation right now. It's only a 5-yard penalty, but time's a wasting here, 2:48, and the Blazers have but one timeout in which to stop the clock when Livingston puts the ball in play, and you know they're going to keep it on the ground here and just grind out that remaining time.
Blazers in a stunted, off-balance 4-3, 4-4 almost. Left side, that's tailback Anderson looking for a hole. Good surge on the behind his left guard out to the 38. Lenny Parker battling head-on to try and knock him down. The Nasty Bunch will have to try and strip the ball. Clock running, 2:33, 2:32. VSC down by 6. Second down 6.
One first down here will win the game for Livingston.
Just about do it.
They can run out the clock from here because VSC has but one timeout in which to stop the clock.
High backfield, Andrew Fields wide right, and Hayden out to the left. There's Stevenson looking at a 4-3. Long count, using all the clock he can. Pitch coming right. Anderson has blocking. 40, 41, 42. Not enough for a first down. Brought down by Redding and Mark Lawson.
The Blazers are taking their final
used.
timeout.
That's it. 2:03 to go. The Valdosta State defense coaches take a timeout. We'll do the same. 2:03 to go. 16-10 Livingston. Back in 30 seconds. Blazer Football Network.
Banking is a very personal business, and Park Avenue Bank is proud of the close ties it has with its customers. The people at Park Avenue Bank have the experience and training to help you make the wisest choice in all your investments, no matter how small or how large. They can advise you in planning for a secure future. Park Avenue Bank is large enough to offer you all the services you'll find at any bank, but not too large to overlook a single customer. Come to Park Avenue Bank for a very personal type of banking. It's Valdosta's only locally owned bank, so it puts you first.
Back at Cleveland Field, we won't dwell on those 2 timeouts that were used in this half in a state of confusion. But however, VSC now is out of timeouts. It took the only gamble they could take. 2:03 to go. 2 minutes, 3 seconds. And they're gambling they can stop Livingston from picking up those 3 yards for the first down. It's 3rd and 3. Frank North might even remotely consider running the ball twice to get the first down here, because he would sew the game up there. And right now, the way that line's blocking up front, he very, very well may do that if they don't pick the first down up here.
Play of the game.
2 tight end offense. Power backfield, power I. VSC puts 5, 6, a 6-2. We've got movement. Flags everywhere.
Joe, the center he moved the ball twice before he snapped it, and that will be a legal procedure against Livingston.
And again, Livingston, but 4th, 5th time tonight, called for a procedure. And this time they could have hurt themselves. 3rd down and 8 as they back it up to the 36 and a half. Call it the 36. 3rd down, at least 8 and a half. That changes a lot of things. No time off the clock, 2:03 to go still. Valdosta State thinking, get the ball back, and what are we going to do with it when we get it? And where on the field where we'll get it? Single receiver wide right, power backfield, 2 tight ends. VSC jumping around into a 6-2, 6-3. Handoff. Backfield. Anderson, they meet him at the line and drop him for a loss. There's Redding to pull him down at the 37-yard line. And he had help from Lawson and others. Dallas Smith, Dennis Smith. 4th down, 8. Clock running 1:43, 1:42. Livingston will have to kick it. They may even take a delay here. McCulley will stand at his own 25. And there's Jimmy Francis at his 30. They may wait and let the 25 seconds run out. No, they'll go ahead and kick it. And that one will back Francis up to the 25. He got a little blocking, looking for a hole up to the 34-35 and dropped there. The Blazers hurry onto the field. They have 83 seconds to get it into the end zone and put up the extra point to win it. 16-10 Livingston.
Going without a huddle, Joe.
They're lining up. Livingston's in a state of confusion. How many do they have on the field? Where are they? Spot right for Mark Dace. Single set back. They go into a prevent. Hold on. Livingston may have called a timeout. They did. I don't think they have 11 men on the field.
Let's
If
count
they
them.
do, they're not in position. I think they've got, they had 3 linemen, 1 linebacker, and about 7 defensive backs. And I'm not sure that's exactly what Coach Frank North had in mind.
I think VSC took a page out of the Troy State playbook there, lining up without a huddle. And I don't think, in
Well,
last
there's no
week...
question about it. When that timeout was called a moment ago, Coach Goodman went out, and I think he had a word or two to say to the officials about that punt coverage. And then he came back to the sideline, stood there, scratched his head a minute, and then went tearing down the sideline to where the offense was standing. And it's exactly what I think he was setting up a moment ago. Nevertheless, a minute 23 to go. VSC 65 yards away from tying it. Could it be another patented VSC Livingston finish?
It looks like it here. You keep thinking back to 1982. Rick Davis, another substitute quarterback, a freshman, just like Mark Dace, took the Blazers down for the winning touchdown and 2-point conversion.
2 receivers, slot right, quick count, dropping back the throw. Got blocking, over the middle, caught, that's midfield, 45, 43-yard line, Kevin Gray. Look at the Blazer offense, look at the Blazer offense, huddling, not huddling, lining up on the line of scrimmage. Livingston jumping around, barking signals, trying to figure out where they go. And now a couple of those defensive backs slow things down, good move. Mark Dace calls the play, spot left, single set back, 2 receivers, 1:11, clock running. 1st and 10 from the Livingston 43. Dropping back the throw. Got a man complete at the 35. He slips the tackler. 30, 25, 23-yard line. Kevin Gray again. Clock still running. No, they'll stop it momentarily to move the chains with 61 seconds. First and 10 VSC at the Livingston 23. Here come the Blazers. Cody on the left, Gray on the right. Mark Dace calling the play. Michael Williams, Montgomery the back. Williams in the slot right. Livingston in a prevent. Dace rolling left. Wants to throw. Got time. On the corner. Complete and out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Kevin Cody. Gary Cody at the 16. He'll be about 2 yards, 2.5 short of the first down. But here comes Valdosta State on the arm of Mark Dace. 50 seconds, 5-0. They'll start it when the ball snaps. He got out of bounds. Second down and 3.
Getting back to Kevin Gray, Joe, he's had a whale of a football game. He's caught the ball 6 times for 83 yards.
Dace with the slot left in Montgomery. Gray on the left side. Cody right. It's Mason. Blitz, blindside. End zone, got a man down there. Interference, Montgomery won't get a flag. There'll be no flag. They might have gotten tangled up in there, but no flag. Montgomery was behind the defender by about 2 or 3 yards. Looked like some contact, but no flag. Stop clock, 44 seconds. Third down and 2.
Oh, it's coming down to... I don't know what you call this time. It's hard stopping. 2 plays. It's third and about 2, Joe, and they...
Got 2 plays to run. They've got to run those 2 plays to get that first down or get the score. An official timeout, some papers thrown from the stands, lands in the end zone. Perhaps a little premature celebration. This was not over. Valdosta State's not winning. Not yet. 16-10 Livingston. 44 seconds to go. Third down, 2 from the Livingston 16. VSC acts like there's some confusion out there.
Well, they just ran in another play with Darrell Mason.
All right. 3 receivers. 3 receivers. Rolling right. Rolling right. He's got time. Got time. Got a man complete at the 6-yard line. First down. Mason. Clock stopped to move the chains. 38 seconds. VSC first and goal from the 6-yard line. Incredible. Here we go.
They're winding the clock.
Mason calling the plays. Montgomery the single back. Michael Williams set back, slot back on the right. There's Cody out on the right. Dace wants to throw. Alley-oop, corner. Going up for it. Interference. We got a flag. We got a flag. Mason went up. Mason went up. Good at Foster. We've got a flag. Who's it on? Clock stopped, of course. 24 seconds.
Going to be on the defense.
Pass interference. Livingston. First and goal, VSC at the 2. Pass interference in the end zone. The ball split at the 2-yard line.
But race to see what kind of play they call here, Joe. A running play might be in order here, but there's no way to stop the clock. There was 24 seconds left. They got time for 2, maybe 3, even 4 plays if they run the right kind of play.
Remember, they cannot stop the clock. A running play from 24 seconds. The time elapsed to run the play, to rehuddle, and try to fire it off again. That's all they would have. The ball at the 2-yard line. First and goal, Valdosta State. 24 seconds. And 6 feet away from tying this thing up all of a sudden. 2 men out wide left, and Gray and Mason. Got a spot left. Mark Dace, he'll throw. Rolling left. Rolling left. Looking for his man. Alley-oop again. This is up for grabs. Who come down with it? Nobody. Both players have their hands locked around the football, but they're beyond the end zone. That was semi-risky. Clock stopped, 17 seconds. VSC second and goal from the 3. And with that pass play, I guess they're committed to throwing it now.
Well, at first I thought he was just throwing the ball out of the end zone, but he was going for Gray in the corner there, and it took 7 seconds off the clock, but we still got only second down and 3 yards to go for the big touchdown.
Nobody at Cleveland Field is sitting. Nobody is sitting. 2 men wide left, split backfield. Dace is going to roll. He may be on an option. He's got the corner turn. Touchdown! Dace left his feet on a Herschel and dove in. 10 seconds on the clock. It's tied.
I tell you, Joe, it took guts for the freshman to make that play. He rolled out. He knew the clock would have ran out if he hadn't got in. He leaped maybe 7 feet up in the air. He looked like Herschel Walker going over there. But here's the important extra point attempt.
On the leg of Keith Moore. It's up. It's down. 10 seconds to go. Valdosta State 17. Livingston 16 will keep it right here. Incredible. 10 seconds. The nasty bunch. One more time. One more time. They've got to make one more big play. You know what it's going to be. Stevenson will air it out. Big Ben right, something like that. Well, Livingston is having the thing snatched away from them. And the final second. The incredible Mark Dace has brought this team the length of the field, running and throwing. And you can't say enough about the receiving of Kevin Gray, catching the ball in traffic. His quarterback in trouble, rolling, being chased, coming back, catching the ball. Kevin Gray and Mark Dace have really teamed up to make this quite a drive. So what VSC was thinking. Stack that side of the line. They had moved the football, by the way, to the right side hash mark. And it come to the left on an option. He found somebody open, drill it on the numbers. If not, go for it. He did. He got it. Keith Moore to kick to George Washington. Strip kick. They're going to try and burn that clock up that way. Upman has it at the 15, 20, 25, 30. On the corner and run out of bounds at the 36 with 4 seconds. Livingston has time for one play. The Tigers have time for one play.
Flag down about the 48-yard line of VSC, Joe. I don't know what it's for. It might have been inadvertently dropped, but no official seems to be doing anything about it.
Well, the man who threw it has come over to pick it up. Put into his pocket. Offsides. Offsides on the kick, right? Anyway, it's declined. Livingston. First and 64 from their own 36. Big Ben right. Stevenson wants to throw. There she goes. There's 7 people going for it. VSC intercepted. Jimmy Francis has it. The clock has run out. It's all over. Incredible. Incredible. And this place goes bananas. Field fans leave the stands, head for the field. There'll be some partying in Blazertown tonight. Look at the intended receiver. Still lying down on the 19-yard line where he could have made that last play. Your final from Cleveland Field. Valdosta State in the last second. 17, Livingston 16. Back for the post-game comments after the 60-second timeout. Blazer football that way.
If America ever had an official taste, it might very well be the taste of Coca-Cola. And now there's a new way to enjoy that great cola taste with new caffeine-free Coke. The can is gold, the taste from Coke. Judge it against any caffeine-free cola. Judge it on big taste, deep refreshment, everything you want from your cola. Coke or new caffeine-free Coke. Either way, you'll say, Coke is it.
Don't get down in the dumps this winter fretting over that old inefficient